My name is Priya. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. And I found out about this retreat from a friend of mine who had been researching indigenous culture and indigenous music. And she recommended that I come with her. And I was a little bit skeptical, actually, because I do have a lot of friends who have traveled to do ayahuasca retreats. And a number of them had some kind of scary experiences. But you know, I really trusted my friend, and I said, okay, if she's going, at least I have somebody to go with. And I came. I've been completely blown away here. The music and the love of the Yawanawa, it's just mind-blowing. The songs that just carry the current so beautifully are a form of education. I got to hear stories from Chief Nishawaka, which are thousands of years old. They shared with us their sacred knowledge. They shared with us their sacred prayers, and they did everything they could to bring us healing. And then there's a whole other layer that you experience here, which were the guardians of the work. And in addition to these indigenous wise healers, there are people from all over the world who come just to help us heal here. And I really feel like, in addition to the sacred medicines, one of the things that was the most healing is how well taken care of I felt here. To receive this level of care and attention from people I've never met in my life is so moving. You know, we don't, at least in the States, we don't necessarily live in community so much anymore. Maybe when you're in university, you live in a dorm with your friends, and that's probably the closest you get until you get married and you have a family, and then you're in an insular unit. But here I saw everyone from Akasha taking care of the children of people who had come here to heal, looking and checking all the time to make sure people were okay, feeding us, cleaning after us, checking on everything you could imagine. There was really no detail left out, and it is very healing to be able to do this in a community and feel like you're part of a community or part of a family, that you're cared for. I had an opportunity to connect with a lot of energies that I don't necessarily connect with at home. I danced for probably the first time in 25 years, and I couldn't stop dancing. It was amazing. It's something that I'm now able to reconnect with, and I feel like I can go home, I can listen to the music, I can reconnect with that energy of joy. I am from an Indian family, and my parents emigrated to the States when I was the year before I was born. They emigrated to a rural area and did not teach us our native language because they were afraid that we would sound funny speaking English. So I never spoke to my grandparents without a translator. I never spoke to most of my family without a translator. And here in these works, I was able to connect with the energy of my own ancestors. I received messages from the medicine about who my family is and where we came from. And in addition to that, I had one night here that was quite challenging. And there were guardians and a number of people who came to help me. And they held me and they cared for me. And in that process, one of the guardians, Chai Mauro, was talking to me, and he guided me through my anxiety, through my fear, and he taught me to connect with my breath. He taught me to receive energy from the earth. And I learned that there is a way to do this, that when I have a hard time at home, I can connect with earth. If I'm not feeling joy enough to dance or sing, I can be comforted. I can recall this feeling of comfort, this feeling of being held. And I really believe that's invaluable. That's something that was missing from my life before I came here. I didn't even know how to ask another human being for help. And I got to practice, and I received all the help I asked for and more. Haush, haush.